Happy Saturday, Wildcat fans. You're on the mic with Mike. Brian Thomas is at the Eagan High School games in Woodbury this evening, so you are stuck with me. Chris is back on the camera. Eagan Wildcats in their away blues getting right to left against the Rosemount Fighting Irish, getting left to right. You got 15 minutes on the clock. Your Eagan Wildcats are 1-1 during the Eden Prairie Thanksgiving Classic. Your starting five: Odin Oberhammer, Zach Land, Marshall Saleta, Gavin Thomas, Easton Karsnian. Back between the pipes, Max Pagachnik. Eagan wins the face-off. Gavin Thomas has it far boards. Got his pocket picked by Rosemount. Rosemount trying to make something happen offensively pretty quick. Eagan was able to clear. Karsnian to Oberhammer right through the high slot. Not able to get a shot on net, but nice job by Saleta knocking down. That would pass. And takes it near boards to the near side corner.
Apparently the jacket he got yesterday, it says Solenta.
Yeah. I like it. Rosemount, outlet pass taken away by Saleta. Saleta is a little eager across the blue line, offsides Eagan. So we'll have a neutralized drop here, lower bubble, Rosemount side of the ice. You got Ben Palin, Ben Gannon. Back at D, Becker, Vobel, Umland, your three forwards. Becker's going to line up and take this face-off. So it looks like 3 referees today instead of 4. Turnover to Becker. Becker, his shot sails high and wide. Good scoring opportunity early here for your Wildcats. There's Ben Gannon. Tuft grabs that, gloves it down, so we're going to have a face-off, top side circle, just to Tuft's left-hand side. Eagan offensive zone. Same 5 will line up. Try to get a quick shot on net. All right. Becker's removed from the face-off circle. Vobel will step in.
You got somebody here to commentate.
So there's a whistle. Looks like Rosemount. They'll kick their person out. Start over. Vobel gets it over to Gannon. Gannon, he's going to throw it down low, wrap around the Rosemount net. Rosemount, exit pass. They come right to the center logo. They miss that. That should be icing, but they're going to wave it off. Gannon's there. Gannon wraps it around. Over to Becker. Becker. Well, the near side boards. And he's off to the races. He hits Umland along the far boards. Umland to Vobel. Vobel. He runs into traffic. Becker goes up, point blank shot. This is wide left. And they're mugging him. There's 2 guys. There's a penalty coming against Max Moss from Rosemount, as 2 kids just absolutely went after Lucas Becker. Nice job not retaliating, Becker. Eagan goes on the power play. Thomas, Vobel, Gannon, Becker, Umland. Face off to Rosemont's right-hand side, near circle. Max Moss doesn't know what he did. He's waiting for an explanation. But it looks like they're going to call 2 and 10 against Max Moss. So Max Moss will miss most of the first period with 13:25 remaining. They give him the check to the back, yep. So Max Moss, one of their top defensemen, will be out for most of the first period. So Eagan's got to capitalize. Becker takes the face-off. He's flanked by Vobel and Umland on his rear. Vobel and Gannon. Gets out to Thomas. Thomas looking for Umland. Umland from the top circle. Umland shot! Deflected wide. Right. Picked up by Gannon. Gannon to Umland. Umland along the near boards. Rosemount intercepts it. They clear out to central ice. And the logo, they run it into a stoic Gavin Thomas, forcing a turnover. There's Vobel right through the low slot. Hits Gannon down low. Gannon can't get a shot on. He's going to wrap it around the net to Vobel. Vobel, near side. Cross ice pass to Umland. Umland takes it back, looking out front, gets out to Vobel. Again, near side, low side circle. As Eagan's just going to wrap it back and forth. Quick pass, looking for Gannon. Just scoots out of his reach. Eagan's got to recalibrate and gather up at the center line. Rosemount, they're going to lob it down, and they will call an icing. So 55 seconds played into the power play for Eagan Wildcats. And Eagan with one shot on net. We have fresh 5 as we've got Lan, Palin in back. Oberhammer with Saleda and Nygaard on either side. Face off, Oberhammer. He ties them up. Pass out to Palin. Palin, he's looking for a lane. That doesn't get through, but there's a shot. That's blocked. Puck is still loose, and they will whistle that dead. Nice job by both teams backing out of the crease. So we'll have a face-off to the netminder's right-hand side. Also, it was just 10 seconds off the clock, so 55 seconds remaining in the power play. Oberhammer pushes it up. He tries to skate north and south with it. Looking for Saleda. Saleda back to Oberhammer to Lan. Lan to Palin. Palin. His pass to Oberhammer was an absolute bullet. Oberhammer can't collect it to get a shot on net, so he's going to get Saleda backhand pass. Bouncing puck right through the low slot, taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount ices the puck, so we'll come all the way back down. 25 seconds remaining in the power play. We'll have a face-off in the top circle, left side of the ice. Eagan offensive zone. Same 5 will close out this power play. That's the third one. They really do like to change the face-offs, making sure it's equal land. That's a shot. That was a deflection right into Tuff's 5-hole, and somehow I think it just hit his inner thigh and stayed there. Jamie, what's your professional goaltender opinion on that?
Again, good positioning by that goaltender.
Nice job, Eagan. Loses the face-off to Rosemount. Rosemount whips it behind their own net. Picked up by Palin. Palin to Saleda. Saleda is looking for Oberhammer. That's a turnover. They go up the ice, and they chase as this power play winds to a close. We're back 5-on-5. Lan, Oberhammer, Nygaard, Saleda, Palin. Cross pass, Saleda, tap pass, back to Oberhammer. Oberhammer, his shot off the knee pad, shin pad of one of the Irish defensemen. Cross-ice pass to the far boards. That turns into a shot. Max Pogachnik, pad save. And Egan's going to clear the zone. Icing is the call. So we'll come all the way back down to the Eagan defensive zone. We're going to recalibrate these lines. We got Becker, CJ, Karsnia, Pankratz, and Thomas. Face-off goes the way of Eagan and Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas holds the puck back behind his own net, wraps it up high off the glass. That's going to come down. They're going to wave off icing. Becker challenges the puck as CJ Muscles McGee takes out 2 Rosemount players. Perhaps a little unintentionally, but still, street cred. Becker on the far boards. He loses the puck to Rosemount. Rosemount up the ice is a 2-on-2 going the other way. Rosemount makes a nice little move around Karsnia. Centering pass right through the slot. Deflected by Karsnia's stick. Wide left. Eagan catches a break. Becker comes out of the scrum with it. Gets it up to Thomas. Thomas tries to clear the zone. But Rosemount very active. They're just knocking that puck down. Pushing the offensive zone. That's a shot. Pad save by Pogachnik. Scary. Thomas threw it up ice. Went off of a Rosemount player almost back into the net. So that's wide left. Eagan finally clears it back to neutral ice. Forces Rosemount to collect themselves, gather. Turnover. CJ Johnson. That was a trip. No call. All right. Going for the puck. So CJ looked like he was going to have a nice breakaway. He falls, and now Pankratz will go to the box for a trip. So what Eagan had wanted mere seconds before Rosemount gets. Jace Pancratz goes to the sin bin for 2. And your Eagan Wildcats are facing a penalty kill. Oberhammer, Gannon, Saleda, Palin. Pogachnik back in net. Face off to Pogachnik's right-hand side. Oberhammer loses the face-off to Rosemount. Rosemount cycles it down low, far boards. Errant pass almost finds the neutral zone, collected by the left D and recycled down low. Rosemount wraps around Eagan's net. They're coming up to the near side point. May turns around. Quick shot by Gorin. Knocked away by Eagan. And here's Gannon pestering Jackson May along the near boards. That's a quick shot. That's a goal. Jackson May linking Gorin, and Gorin goes absolute tippy top. Hits the pipe and wraps down. Rosemount Irish take a 1-0 lead here. 8:51 remaining in the first period. So Rosemount successful on their first power play. Gives them the lead. Umland, Vobel, Becker, Thomas, and Karsnia. Little switch up at the circle. Becker gets over to Thomas. Thomas to Karsnia. Karsnia looking for Vobel. That gets knocked away by Rosemount. His second effort gets it up to Vobel on the near boards. So here comes a penalty against Rosemount. Oh, against Vobel. Who is it? Oh, okay. So it is against Fresky, number 7 from Rosemount. So Eagan Wildcats will go on the power play for 2 minutes. It was interesting because Tufts left the net. So if Eagan had been able to maintain possession, they would have had an open net opportunity. So miscommunication there on the Rosemount side, but they get away with one. So Gannon, Becker, Vobel, Thomas, Umland on the ice for the Eagan power play. Rosemount unable to clear the zone. Umland, his shot, sails left. Vobel rebounds, and that's a big blocker save by Max Tuff. With Vobel. Comes out of the scrum with the puck, gets up to Gavin Thomas at the point. Gavin Thomas is going to fire it down low. Rebound goes to Rosemount. They're unable to exit the zone. Thomas again looking over at Gannon. He fires it off the shin pad of Lincoln Gorin, but he gets a do-over. Rosemount sends it back to center ice, picked up by Gavin Thomas. Thomas to Umland, up to Gannon. Gannon is going to look cross ice to Becker, near boards. Becker enters the zone with Vobel and Thomas. Centering pass right out front. Eagan can't get a shot on net. Sails near side boards as Vobel picks it up on the near side circle. Goes back behind the Rosemount net to Becker. Becker off the boards to Umland. Umland cycles it to Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas down low to Vobel. Vobel looking for a shot. That's a big stick save by Tuff as Gannon is thrown into the net. Nice save by this Rosemount goaltender. 47 seconds remaining in the power play. So a fresh 5 will come on the ice for Eagan Wildcats in Saleda, Oberhammer, Nygaard, Lan, and Palin. Shots on net, 8-4, Eagan advantage. Oberhammer takes the face off the Rosemount goaltender's left-hand side, gets up to Palin. Palin, he shoots. That drops down low. Nygaard was battling for position on the rebound. No rebound to be had. We'll line up to the goaltender's left-hand side, top circle. Rosemount defensive zone. Rosemount turn over to Odin Oberham. To Nygaard. Nygaard up to Lan. Lan to Palin. One-timer. Glove save by Tuff. 32 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Eagan Wildcats. We'll line up and take yet another offensive zone face-off. Oberhammer runs through their center. No call. Saleda back in the far corner. Saucer pass up to Lan. Lan touch pass to Palin. Palin, his shot on net, sails through to Oberhammer. Oberhammer collects it in the corner. recycles it out. We got 15 seconds. Oberhammer through the slot. His shot goes high. That would have been just like the Rosemount goal had it been just a couple inches lower. 6 seconds remaining. Land has to retreat into his own zone to pick it up. Oberhammer to Nygaard. Nygaard near side. It is now 5-on-5 hockey as Nygaard takes a hit to the near side boards and coughs up the puck. Ben Palin looking for some clean ice just to clear out that top zone. Rosemount collects the puck to the center logo. They're going to cycle it back and forth between their defensemen. Saleta applied pressure and puck taken away by Oberhammer. Oberhammer across the far boards. Nice pass just a little out of the reach of Marcel Saleta. Saleta takes a hit in the near side corner. Gets it to Oberhammer, out to Thomas. Thomas, he's going to throw it down low, looking for Saleta. He's unable to get a stick on the puck, and that sails wide left. CJ is on the ice. Jackson May goes right to the soft part of the zone. He fans on it. There's a hook and a call against the Eagan Wildcats forthcoming. Cars and Oberhammer have stopped skating, though Eagan needs to touch the puck. Nice job by Rosemount. Are they going to call that a goal? Oh, nope. They are going to call it on Taylor for tackling Pogachnik. Rosemount fans take offense to that, so Oberhammer and Taylor go to the box, offsetting penalties. So, Sarkis? I don't know that it was after the whistle because he shot the puck. Right, it's not us today, guys. So here we go. We'll have a face-off. I don't think they should be up on the board because they're not coincidentals, but they are at the same time. So I don't know if it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey or 5-on-5. They're going to figure this out. Egan's got 4 kids out there. Rosemount's got 6. I know the answer is not 6. All right, so 5-on-5 hockey. 5:24 remaining in the first period. Becker, Vogel, Umland, Gannon, Palin. Palin off the boards to Vogel. Vogel through the slot to Umland. Umland tried to go back to Vogel. He can't catch up to it. They're going to cycle it back out and down to Umland in the near side corner. Umland to Vogel. Vogel wraps it around, looking for Becker out front. Hits Gannon up top. Gannon, his shot. That hits pipe and goes wide right. Rosemount, they're going to come out of the zone with it. As both Gannon and Palin get beat. That's a shot. That's a goal. 5-hole. Jackson May puts Rosemount up 2-0. So early on in the first period, not seeing a ton of effort here by your Eagan Wildcats. Sense of urgency lacking. Vogel, Becker, Umland, Karsnia, Thomas. Little tic-tac-toe. Becker to Umland, over to Vogel. Rosemount wants an offsides call. Umland in the far corner. He battles for it. Absolutely throwing his weight into it. Gets it out to Karsnia. Karsnia shot on net. That's a stick save and cover. And a push from behind as Umland is thrown into the netminder. So Rosemount playing with a lot more passion than what we had seen in their yesterday's game against Eden Prairie. CJ, Nygaard, Pankratz, Thomas, Karsnia on the ice for Eagan Wildcats. 4:31 remaining in the first period. Puck held in by Karsnia over to Pankratz, Nygaard. Nygaard, he spins. Poke check, gets his pocket picked along the far boards. Nice job recovering on the play. Nygaard looking for CJ. Puck pops free to the point. Little razzle-dazzle, and again, Eagan gets beat. It's 2-on-1 going the other way. It's a saucer pass. Can't catch up to it. Eagan catches a break Puck is loose along the near boards, picked up by Rosemount. Rosemount and Lincoln Gorin, he's going to cycle it back down into the near side corner as Gavin Thomas is there, along with Reed and Eagard. CJ attacks the puck at the point. They're able to cycle it back down. Rosemount looking for a trip. I think it was just an incidental. Feet kind of got tangled. That puck's going to go up for an icing if it gets there. And it does not. They wave icing. Becker, Thomas, Gannon, CJ, and Pankratz are on the ice. And they're going to call a penalty against Jace Pankratz. So Pankratz, delayed penalty. Shot by Gorin, goes high and wide, picked up by Rosemount. There's the puck as Becker gathers it up. Eagan Wildcats go back on the penalty kill. So Pankratz goes to the sin bin for 2 minutes. I didn't see it, but feedback has been here that he only had one hand on his stick. They got called for a hooking. So here we go. Becker, Gannon, Palin, Umland. Rosemount wins the faceoff. Jackson May is so tough and smooth with the puck. He comes all the way around, pulling a real Kaprizov as he cycles it himself. That goes off of the skate of Rosemount, and Umland tries to get a fast break going the other way. Short-handed, but Rosemount, they're able to collect it and reset up along the top side of the zone. They skate it down, far side circle. Deflection off of Gannon's shin pad. Now from the near side post, Fresky takes Umland, goes out looking for Lundeen. Lundeen grabs around the Eagan net. Fans on it. Gannon's there to push him into the boards. Puck pops out to Jackson May. May, he's going to hold it. There's 1:15 remaining on the power play. Cycle it back down low, back by the Eagan net, and they come back out top. So right now, Rosemount just looking for their scoring opportunity as they will be satisfied just skating around the outer part of the zone. And there it is. Shot. Big blocker save. Pagachnik. Recovered by Rosemount back at the near side point. They're going to cycle it D to D. They go back down low. Then Jackson May. May's got it near boards. He's going to turn around. He goes right at Pagachnik. Puck is loose. Picked up by Palin. Palin was held. Can't get it out. Shot by Fresky. Fresky loses the puck to Becker. Now it comes back out top. They went down low looking for Jackson May. Gannon beats him to the puck. Gannon to Becker, going the other way. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Becker on the top side circle. That pass bounces through. Gannon can't catch up to it. Nice short-handed opportunity by Eagan Wildcats. Now here come Rosemount the other way. Got Gavin Thomas back alongside Oberhammer. Oberhammer collects the rebound. Off the boards to Becker. Becker, it's a 1-on-3 going the other way. It's now 5-on-5 hockey. Karsnia, Thomas, Oberhammer, Becker, and Land. That's a shot. Tough didn't see it. Lucky was knocked down by their defenseman. Zach Land doing all he can to keep the puck in the zone. Shot deflected, does not get to traffic. Oberhammer cycles it back out to Thomas. Thomas from the point. Deflected wide left by Zach Land. That's around. And that was in the net. So they're going to call off that goal. All right, so goal's been waived. Must have been some activity after the whistle. So we'll line up for a face-off to the Rosemount goaltender's left-hand side. Saleda, Land, Oberhammer, Thomas, and Karsnia. Rosemount comes up with speed right to the center slot. They're going to shoot it. A little bit of a dump and chase. Take it back on the Eagan net. Picked up by Land. Land cross ice to Oberhammer. Oberhammer can't catch up to it. Rosemount there hold the zone. That soft shot slash pass gloved down by Max Pagachnik. So we'll have a face-off to Max's right-hand side. Same five will stay on the ice. 20 seconds remaining in the first period. Your Eagan Wildcats looking for some answers against this very energetic Rosemount Irish team. Rosemount wins the faceoff. Shot from the point. That's deflected. Wide left. Puck is back. And it's a goal. They got back behind Pagashnik. Pagashnik can't get his glove over it. It is a 3-0 Rosemount lead. 13.2 seconds remaining in the second period. CJ Pankratz, knee guard. Gannon, Palin. There's arguments that that was offside. All right, well, that's how she goes. Shot at the buzzer. Rosemount goes in the locker room with a 3-0 lead over a lifeless Eagan Wildcats team that's going to go searching for answers. A little self-reflection, and hopefully come out with some energy in the second period. Welcome back to the second period. Fresh ice for Eagan Wildcats in their away blues. Skating left to right. The Rosemount Irish in their home white skating right to left. 15 minutes on the clock. Rosemount with a commanding 3-0 lead over Eagan Wildcats here to start the second period. Backer, Umland, Vobel, Gannon, Palin start off the second period off the face-off. Rosemount gets it. They're going to throw it deep far side corner, picked up by Palin. Palin wraps it around looking for Gannon near boards. Gannon, touch pass to Umland. Umland trying to look up ice at Becker. That gets swatted down by Rosemount to maintain the zone. Picked up by Palin. Palin to Becker. Becker handles it across the center line and into the Rosemount defensive zone. Quick shot, bouncing puck, glove save by Rosemount. So we'll have a face-off to the goaltender's right-hand side. Eagan doing a nice job flipping the ice early in the second period. Becker lines up, far side circle. Eagan offensive zone. Quick shot right off the face-off. Rosemont's got a fall on it. So we'll line up and do it again. Becker takes the face-off. Puck stands right on the lower bubble. Umland's there to help. Puck pops free in Vobel. Vobel gets it out to Palin. Palin, nice second effort to hold the zone. Drops it low for Becker. Becker back out to Palin. Palin, his shot deflected. That sits there, drifts right behind the Rosemount goaltender. Picked up by Rosemount. Rosemount centering pass near boards. They're going to cycle it right to the high slot. Picked up by Jackson May. Poke check. Palin forces Rosemount to set it back up at the blue line. Rosemount fans on a shot. Gannon lobs it back up to center ice. It's a foot race. Vobel tries to cut it off for a fast break opportunity. Taken away and thrown out of the arena by Rosemount. So we will have a neutral ice face-off. Eagan half of the ice, far bubble. Saleda, Oberhammer, Land, Gavin, and Karsnia. Land's been kicked. Oberhammer steps in. Oberhammer wins the faceoff, takes it himself on the far boards, just coming through the high slot. Drop pass to Land. Land's quick shot, glove save. Rosemount, so the faceoff to the goaltender's left-hand side. Near side circle for Eagan Wildcats. Same five on the ice. Land will try the faceoff again. Rosemount wins it. Takes it back on their own net. And they cycle all the way down. They're going to say no icing. Puck played by Pagachnik. Back up to center ice. Saleda tries to play it. Now it's going the other way. Great poke check by Karsnia. There was a one-on-none. Karsnia came from the weak side to poke that away to the far boards. And Rosemount has to collect it back at center ice. Their collection. Shot. Stick save by Pagachnik. Puck is loose. That's a shot. Big time pad save by Pagachnik. And Saleda sails it down, icing, as Eagan gets a fresh set of legs on the ice after a flurry of activity down in the Eagan defensive zone. Shots on goal, 15-12, Eagan Wildcats. So the Wildcats have had opportunities, have yet to convert. CJ, Pankratz, Nygaard, Gannon, and Palin on the ice. I've never seen so many face-off changes as I have this weekend. So I think that must be a focus of District 6 this season. So we'll change out, do it again. Face-off goes the way of Rosemount. Quick shot from the top of the post. Pad save, Pagachnik. CJ clears the zone. Rosemount collects it. Goes off of Gannon's stick. Taken away from Gannon by Pankratz. Nygaard tries to take the offensive zone. Touch pass to CJ. CJ, low side circle, his shot. Goes right through the crease, taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount, they're going to dump it and chase it. Palin's back. Near side corner, tries to get out to Pankratz. Recovered by Rosemount at the top of the key. That shot goes up and into the net, so a face-off to Pogo's left-hand side. Eagan defensive zone. Umland, Vobel, Becker, Thomas, and Karsnia will change out. .12:05 remaining in the second period. Becker lines up, takes the face-off, gets it over to Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas on the far corner. His pass out to center ice, and Charlie Vobel. Vobel to Umland. Umland looking for Vobel again. Turnover. Goes back to Rosemount. Rosemount comes the other way. Rosemount fans on it. Ends up being a drop pass for their defender. Taken away by Becker. Becker takes it himself near boards. He loses the puck. Rosemount sends it back to center ice as Karsnia battles. Then gets it back to Gavin Thomas. Thomas takes a big hit. Puck just sits there. Back and forth between some legs. Karsnia back out to the top of the point and rallied by Rosemount. Gavin Thomas trying to go high off the glass. Hits the net. So of a defensive zone face-off to Pogo's right-hand side, near side circle. Saleta, Gannon, Palin, Oberhammer, and Land on the ice. Quick shot by Rosemount, blocked by Ben Palin. Their entry pass knocked away by Saleta before Rosemount eventually catches up to it. And they go back to the low slot before Egan's able to take it away back to center ice. Saleta, Oberhammer back to Saleta. Saleta over looking for Gannon. Gannon can't catch up to it. Puck goes back to Saleta. Saleta to Land, back to Saleta. Saleta, turnover, top of the circle. It's a foot race going the other way. As Gannon gets it near side boards. He doesn't connect with it. Drops it for Saleta. Saleta to Palin. Palin up ice. Off of Rosemont's stick. That'll sail all the way to the top corner as Land is there to collect the puck. Land to himself. Looking for Palin. Turnover. Rosemount to Saleta. Saleta's going to throw it near side corner. As Oberhammer tried to lay a nice hit, laid off. And Eagan is able to clear it back into the zone towards the Rosemount netminder. Outlet pass up to the left winger, but he's going to go opposite side of the ice. Picked off by Saleta. Saleta on the far boards. His shot sails wide right. Picked up by Rosemount. He loses an edge. No penalty coming. Saleta and Land. Land comes away with it. Land looking for Pankratz. Does not get through. Land, good second, third effort. He's trying to kick it to himself. Sails wide to the near side circle. He's going to sail it over for Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas down low. Taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount up the ice right to the center seam. Back check, poke check by Karsnia as Thomas sails that back into the Eagan offensive zone. Knee guard, nice battle. Ends up with the puck, wraps it around. To Karsnia. Karsnia's shot! That's blocked! Great shot by Karsnia as Rosemount is able to save that and send it back to center ice. And there's a penalty against Karsnia for boarding off the puck. Karsnia goes to the sin bin for 2 for a cross check. And we've got Gannon, Becker, Umland, Palin on the penalty kill for your Eagan Wildcats. Eagan looking for some puck luck in this middle period. Becker lines up. Takes the face off, drops it for Gannon. Gannon high off the glass, trying to get it back to center ice. Nice job by Moss holding that in. Rosemount below the Eagan goal line. That pass tipped away by Umland. As Rosemont's got to sail all the way back to their own blue line to recover it. Nice job by Umland, preventing a clean pass out front. Rosemount shot wide left. Picked up in the near side corner by Rosemount. Taken away by Gannon. Gannon off of Becker's back Umland back to Gannon. Gannon to the red line. He's going to throw it back towards the Rosemount goaltender. Probably hoping for a nice bounce. Again, trying to make that puck luck. So Gannon and Palin are back at the Eagan blue line. Rosemount, they're going to cycle it back behind their own goal line before they pass it up to their left winger, right at the Eagan blue line. Cross ice pass to the top side circle. Rosemount takes it back behind the Eagan net. Looking to find a seam in this penalty kill. They do. Their shot high. Gets wrapped around all the way to the top post. D-to-D shot by Max, by Rosemount. That goes left, is tipped all the way across to the far boards. Rosemount, D-to-D pass. Sails wide and out of the zone. We have 37 seconds remaining on the Eagan penalty kill. As Rosemount enters the zone, battles by Gannon down in the low corner. Rosemount right through the seam. Nice shot, good blocker save by Pogo. Picked up by Rosemount. And that's a shot, big time save. That was a great pass right through the crease and a great battle by Eagan Wildcats as it sails across the center line off of the stick of Logan Umland. 8 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. 6-5. Becker's up at center ice. Nice pass looking for Becker. Taken away by Rosemount. It's 5-on-5 hockey. As Becker picks him off, gets it over to Pancras. Pancras shot deflected by Rosemount, and that'll be icing. So we'll come all the way back to the Eagan offensive zone. The Wildcats really cannot catch a break. And give all the credit where the credit is due to Rosemount with active sticks and active feet. Pancratz, Nygaard, CJ, Karsnia, Thomas on the ice. Pogo back in net. He's going to spray his face, wake up a little bit. 6:58 remaining in the second period. Your score is still 0-3. Rosemount. They exit the zone. Lose the puck to Thomas. Had a nice back check by Pancratz. CJ. He's going to take it far boards, dump it deep, and Pancratz chases it back around the Rosemount net. Back to Nygaard. Nygaard. Looking for CJ. Pancratz joins the scrum down low, near side boards. Puck pops free to Rosemount before Nygaard steps on it. Gets it over to CJ. Back out to Pancratz. Pancratz shot sails high and all the way back up to the top point. And Gavin Thomas. Thomas takes it down low to the far side circle. His shot sails wide. Pancratz loses an edge as Rosemount comes the other way. And that'll be icing. So we'll come all the way back down into the Eagan offensive zone. 6:02 remaining in the second period. Gannon, Palin, Vobel, Umland, Becker. Becker lines up, takes the face-off, near side circle, just to the Rosemount goalie's left-hand side, sails out to Umland. Umland back out to Vobel. Vobel through the mid-slot. That is deflected wide or high. Picked up by Becker. Becker tries to slide it through to Umland. Doesn't connect. Interference by Rosemount. Not the penalty, just the puck. They come near side. Try to get a quick pass right through the low slot. They can't connect, and the puck sails wide to Umland. Umland over to Vobel. Vobel at the top of the zone. Looking for Umland. He's going to sail all the way back behind the Rosemount net. Drop pass to Becker. Becker, his shot. That's a goal! Lucas Becker, tipped by Logan Umland. So the Wildcats finally finding the back of the net on their 18th shot on goal. So this Rosemount goaltender doing his best this afternoon. Again, looking a lot like the last time we faced them last week. So the score is now 1-3, 5:19 remaining in the second period. As Oberhammer, Land, Saleta, Thomas, and Karsnia enter the ice. Land to Oberhammer. Oberhammer throws into the Eagan offensive zone. Puck is picked up by Rosemount and quickly thrown back to center ice. From the red line, they're going to throw it deep, far side corner, picked up by Thomas. Thomas looking for Saleta. and he's swarmed by white sweaters. Rosemont's exit pass, picked up by Slater. That goes off the boards. Wrap around by Land. He can't connect. That sails wide right. Puck is kind of lost in species some pads. Center pass by Oberhammer, knocked away by Rosemount, and there's Gavin Thomas. He's going to shoot it. That's deflected up into the net. We'll have a face-off to the Rosemount goaltender's right-hand side, far circle. Eagan offensive zone. The same 5 players will stay on the ice. Zach Land lines up. Rosemount wins the face-off. Great hustle by Saleta as he peppers the right D from Rosemount. He's forced to wrap around his own net. Picked up by Oberhammer. Oberhammer looking for Cars. Yeah, that's taken away back to the blue line as Egan's got to reset. Oberhammer to Land. Land on net. Their goaltenders tosses it back out to the blue line. Nice job, Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas, he sails it looking for Oberhammer. That's deflected up and over the net. Oberhammer comes around. Nice centering pass right there for Slater. Slater can't get a stick on it. The puck is loose, and there's a battle. Okay, that's way too many. Way to go, Zach. That's a penalty on Saleta and not Rosemount. As Zach Land was absolutely getting hammered. So I don't know what the referees were seeing, but Zach Land was waving the white flag, and yet your Eagan Wildcats are going on the penalty kill. 4:03 remaining in the second period. So you got Thomas, Karsnia, Oberhammer, Land, and Becker. We'll see who is coming in. Okay, so 7. They are going to do a coincidental. So 7 from Rosemount will go after assaulting Zach Land. So we'll have 5-on-5 hockey, coincidentals, no power play. So Gannon, Palin, Nygaard, Johnson, Pankratz on the ice. 4:03 remaining in the second period. Rosemount wins the faceoff. They come near boards. Outlet pass picked up by Gannon. Gannon buys time, waits until it's back on side. Tosses into the far corner. Pankratz applies pressure down low. Nygaard's there to help. Rosemount back out to Palin. Palin, his shot. That goes wide. Stick save. And the puck was loose. Eagan can't get a stick on it. Nice opportunity for Eagan Wildcats. That's going to sail through. And they will call icing as that goes all the way back behind Pogo. And so we'll come back down to the Rosemount defensive zone to the netminder's right-hand side. Vogel, Becker, Umland, Gannon, Palin are on the ice. 3:35 remaining in the second period. Eagan looking to get one back here heading into the third. Becker wins the faceoff. Quick shot. Pad save. Wide left. Exit pass. Taken by Rosemount. Rosemont's got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. He waits on it. Picked off by Gannon as Eagan not able to clear the zone, but a D-to-D pass sails wide. Picked up by Vogel on the far boards. Vogel shot. Great glove by Rosemount. That was in the back of the net. I don't know how his glove got there. Was he bitten by a spider last night? Tough. Fantastic save. Face-off sails out of the zone by Eagan, so icing's been waived. Gannon comes back on it, takes it behind his own net. Outlet pass to Palin. Palin up ice to Umland. Umland looking for Vogel right through the low slot. Taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount finding time and space. Turnover at the logo by Vogel. Vogel top circle. Drop pass. Becker. Becker shot. Glove save. Rosemount. So Eagan getting some good opportunities here late in the second period. As the second line will come out, nope, third line will come out. CJ, Pankratz, Nygaard, Karsnia, and Thomas. Good time for Nygaard or CJ to knock one in. Nygaard over to CJ. Puck taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount up the far boards. Quick shot, glove save by Pagashnik. So the face off to Pola's left-hand side. Eagan defensive zone. Same 5 on the ice. Nygaard will line up to take the face off. Quick shot, wide left by Rosemount off the face-off. Corralled by Pankratz. Pankratz centering pass right through the meat of the Eagan zone. Taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount back on the Eagan net. Pass out to the top side circle. Picked off by Nygaard. Nygaard to Pankratz. Pankratz has to chase it down the near side circle. Backwards pass to Nygaard. Nygaard sends it around the Rosemount net. Thomas can't pinch. It's a 3-on-1 going the other way. There's a shot blocker save. Ends up wide. Near side boards picked up by Pankratz. Pankratz, he's going to send it down into the neutral zone on the near boards as Nygaard comes up, cleans it, and sails it deep into the Rosemount defensive zone. Rosemount slow to clear the zone. Turn it over at the center circle. Oberhammer, quick shot. Stick save by Rosemount. Palin takes a hit. You got Palin, Oberhammer, Umland, Becker, and Karsnia. Oberhammer out to the top of the slot. Shot by Palin. Does not get through traffic. Picked up by Eagan. Again, center pass. Shot. Nice leg save by Rosemount. Again, Karsnia to Becker. Becker shot wide left. Back up to Palin. Palin to Land. Land to Oberhammer. Oberhammer. His backhand shot. That's loose. It's still loose. It's back. And that falls to a Rosemount stick. They're going to throw it all the way down on net. Icing's been waved. Palin's got to get back and get it. Quick pass to Becker. Becker's going to tip it in and chase. Land, Oberhammer, Becker, Gannon, Palin. Land in the far corner. He takes a hit. Loses an edge. Oberhammer's there to help out. Palin, he's bleeding down as Eagan's able to nudge it into the far side corner and wrap it around to Gannon. Gannon is just going to sail it back in the near side corner, chased by Becker. Now Rosemount, they've got it. Their exit pass just gets to, it just gets to center ice, but I couldn't see it. That sailed all the way down for an icing. So we'll come all the way back to Rosemount goaltender's left-hand side. 14.9 seconds remaining in the second period. Eagan Wildcats facing a 2-goal deficit here going into the third. Umland, Becker, Vobel, Gannon, Thomas. Becker takes the face-off, gets to the Vobel. Vobel, quick shot off an elbow pad, 11 seconds remaining. Umland collides into it on the near boards, and Rosemount, they're just going to pin it for the last few seconds. No delay of game called. And that brings us into the third period. Eagan Wildcats 1, Rosemount Irish 3. Yeah. Here we go, start of the third period. Eagan Wildcats again facing a 2-goal deficit. In their away Blues, skating right to left against the Rosemount Irish in their home white, skating left to right. Becker, Vogel, Unland, Karsnia, Thomas on the ice. Matt Spagachnik back in net. After Eagan holding Rosemount to no goals in the second period. Hopes to continue the staunch defense and offensive pressure. Quick pass through the low post, looking for Unland. Taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount, they're going to throw it up into their bench. And we'll have a face-off to the Rosemount netminers' left-hand side. Face-off, Becker looking for Unland. Puck stays on the dot until Becker can push it into the far corner. Gets it to Unland. Unland back on the Rosemount net, throws it right out front. No one's home for Eagan. Vogel, though, is able to swat it to the near corner. Thomas pinches. He's able to use his body to deflect the puck. Oh, Rosemount, they throw it to center ice. Thomas picked it up, gets it to Becker. Becker, cross ice pass to Easton Karsnia. Karsnia having a hard time catching up to the puck. Thomas helps him out. Thomas to Karsnia, touch pass to Becker. Becker tries to go through the legs of the right winger for Rosemount. Deflected, and now it's a 2-on-1 going the other way. Their pass, near side circle. Wow, nice pass right through the front, and that just goes wide. Second opportunity. Puck is still loose as Pagashnik tries to cover it, and now he does. So 2 really good scoring opportunities by the Rosemount Irish before Pogo does his own little acrobatics to cover that. As his stick was actually on the ice in front of him. It was not in his hand. So a face-off to Pogo's right-hand side. You got Gannon, Palin, Oberhammer, Saleda, and Land. Rosemount controls the puck. They're going to lob it far corner back behind the Eagan net. Rosemount controls it back at the point, and they're going to throw it right back down low. Palin challenges in the near side corner. Puck falls to Eagan until that is gloved down by a very aggressive Rosemount player who throws it on net, sails high. Land loses an edge, turnover down low. It's a 3-on-2. That's a shot, glove save, rebound in. So Zach Land loses a footing. Rosemount capitalizes, puts Rosemount up 1-4. 13:07 remaining in the third period. Lots of time for Eagan Wildcats as Becker, Umland, Vogel, Karsnia, and Thomas are on the ice. Becker to Vogel. Vogel looking for Umland. Knocked away by Rosemount. Rosemount the other way as a 3-on-2 if they hurry. They're going to dump it. Chased down by Thomas back behind his own net. Thomas looking for Umland, doesn't get there, taken away by Rosemount. Vogel up to Umland, Umland to Becker, Becker slides over Vogel, Vogel his shot up and in. Great touch pass to Lucas Becker to Charlie Vogel. That's exactly what Eagan needs to do if they want to get back into this game. A little tic-tac-toe. Yep, they're making the goaltender move. That's where you find the open net. And Vogel buries it. So your Wildcats, within 35 or 40 seconds, they come back within 2. Saleda, Land, Oberhammer, Gannon, and Palin. Land wins it, gets it back to Palin, who tosses it to Gannon. Gannon to Saleda. Saleda throws it deep. Puck controlled by Rosemount back beyond the net, peppered by Oberhammer and Saleda. Now Rosemount comes the other way with numbers. Eagan, nice job skating back. Gloved down by Gannon. Gannon back to center ice. But Rosemount, active sticks. Here they come, 3-on-3 the other way. That's a push while he's on the puck. No penalty. Goes up to Palin. Palin Back to center ice and Saleta, he takes it to the near side corner. He's got Oberhammer right in front of the net. Sails behind Oberhammer to Rosemount, going the other way. Land falls down. Palin pushes Rosemount out into the boards. Rosemount throws it back, can't connect on their pass to the point as they've got to come back down and collect the puck. Entrance pass. Knocked in by Rosemount. Gannon chases it down to collect it in the far corner. Picked off by Rosemount. Turnover. Shot off of Palin's shin pad. Sails harmlessly near boards. Picked up by Land. Land to Gannon. Gannon. He takes a shot. That's a blocker save. Comes all the way near side boards as Rosemount was looking for a fast break opportunity before they have to settle it down and just throw it deep. So Thomas, CJ, Gannon, Land, Oberhammer on the ice. Thomas has the puck. He reverses course, trying to get the puck to somebody. Takes it himself. Cross ice pass to Oberhammer. Oberhammer does not touch it. Icing's been waived. Eagan gets it changed. You got CJ, Nygaard, Pankratz, Thomas, Karsnia. As Rosemount collects the puck up ice, near side boards, they're going to take a shot, and that sails wide left. Pankratz tries to clear it. Rosemount doing a nice job. That's a shot to goal. So just like that, it's 2-5. Not even 5 minutes in to the third period. So there is a technical. I think they called the penalty and kicked him out. So unsportsmanlike conduct goes against Fresky. So he's in the box. I don't know. Don't know. All right, but 2-5. Eagan goes on the power play. Vogel, Becker, Umland, Gannon, Thomas. Becker controls the face-off. 10 minutes still in the game. Some fireworks going off here late. Rosemount controls the puck in their own end. Lob pass to the near boards. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas to Gannon. Gannon looking for Becker. Becker across the blue line. He's going to cycle it over to Vogel. Vogel finds space along the near side circle. Tags it out to Thomas. Thomas to almost shot. Glove save. Rosemount. So the face off. Top side circle. Rosemount defensive zone. Same 5 will be on the ice. Becker lines up at the face-off circle, gets it himself, nudges it with his foot. He's going to cycle it back, looking at Umland. Umland to Thomas. Thomas, quick pass over to Vogel. Vogel down low for Becker, back down the Rosemount net. Becker to Vogel. To Umland to Thomas. Now Vogel's got it near boards. He had time. He did not think he had time. Throws it down, controlled by Rosemount, picked up by Thomas back at the center line. Thomas enters the zone. Holds up at the blue line. His pass taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount goes the other way. Max Moss, he beats everybody. He goes up top post. That's a goal. So 6-2 Rosemount. As Thomas and Umland can't catch up to him. An absolute dismantling of your Eagan Wildcats here in the third period. Saleta, Oberhammer, Nygaard, Land, and Palin. Land to Palin, Palin up to Nygaard, Nygaard looking for Oberhammer. They're going to call offside. So Oberhammer is going to be escorted off the ice. Nope, just escorted back to the neutral zone bubble. We're talking about school. Oberhammer wins it, takes it to the high circle. His shot deflected wide into the far corner. Oberhammer pesters the Rosemount defenseman, comes away with the puck. He gets held. That's a hook. So a penalty forthcoming against Rosemount. That's a quick shot by Palin. Puck is loose. Palin picks it up. He's going to come in, shot wide, and that's deflected and taken by Rosemount. So Rosemount will send another player to the penalty box. Eagan will go 5-on-3 for 18 seconds before they have another power play. So you got Gannon, Thomas, Vobel, Becker, Oberhammer. Oberhammer's going to leave the ice for Umland. Wait, there's 3 guys in the box for Rosemount. So I'm going to have to phone a friend. Why are there 3 in the box?
I think number 2 said something after the whistle and took him too.
Okay. All right. So Rosemount actually has 3 people in the box, but they've got 3 people on the ice. So I don't really know. It might be non-play related. All right, Becker, Vobel, Umland, Gannon, Thomas looking to capitalize on a 5-3 man advantage. Puck gets held to the line. Becker to Gannon. Gannon looking for an open lane. Gets rid of Thomas. Thomas down to Becker. Becker, he fans on it. Pad save, Rosemount. Sails to the near side corner. And Umland to Gannon. Gannon back over to Thomas. Thomas tries to cycle it low. It's now 4-on-5. As Green Wildcats. All right, there's a whistle. So too many men on the ice. They're saying he should not have come out.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, so they need to add another penalty to the board. All right.
What for? Because
So it's still a 5-on-3. Line up, Becker. Eagan wants a 2 minute man. I think it was just a confusion though. Referee's gonna let him go. Thomas down to Vobel. Vobel to Gannon. Gannon back out to Thomas. Thomas. He shoots down low. Goes to Becker. And are you kidding me? Okay, so this is getting a little out of control. That's a push from the back. Umland's head went into the board as that puck went into the net. So he's already had a 10-2. I think this is another one. He should be out. I think that both teams have to keep their cool.
cross-check, that's all.
That's all just a cross-check. So 2-minute minor. 3 must be the minimum of players you can have on the ice. As Rosemount's got 3 in the box, 3 on the ice. Gannon down to Umland. Umland back to Gannon. Gannon over to Thomas. Thomas back to Gannon. One-timer, his shot. Sails way wide. Umland picks it up. Gannon to Thomas. Thomas down to Becker. Becker back to Gannon. Gannon knocked out by Rosemount. Eagan getting cute. They need to shoot and hit the net. Becker with speed. One on the near side circle. He's going to come up. Cycles it around to the top circle to Gannon. Gannon collects it. Gannon, his shot deflected by Rosemount. Thomas back to Gannon. Gannon, he's up. Again, big time save. So Gavin Thomas, 7:15 remaining in the game. 33 seconds remaining on the first penalty. Becker back to Thomas. Thomas, his shot. Glove saved by Rosemount. So a face off to the goaltender's left-hand side. Eagan offensive zone, still half a minute of 5-on-3 hockey. Oberhammer, Saleda. Nygaard, Lan, and Palin. Face off in the Rosemount defensive zone. There's some conversations occurring about what happens when the penalty clock expires. Always fireworks here against Rosemount Irish. Both sides a little amped up. Eagan failing to convert on some prime opportunities. Oberhammer. Back set to Palin. Palin over to Land. Land. Back to Palin. Palin back to Land. Land's pass takes away. That's a shot deflected by Oberhammer off the stick of Rosemount goaltender. They save it. Pushes it far corner. Oberhammer battles. 7 seconds remaining on the penalty clock. Nygaard out to Palin to Land. Land his shot. Glove saved by Rosemount. Little face off to Rosemount goaltender's right hand side. Bobel, Becker, Umland, Gannon, Thomas. Back out. So we've got 5 seconds on a 5-on-3, followed by an additional 1 minute 54 seconds of 5-on-4. Becker to Bobel, Gannon, Gannon. Over to Thomas, Thomas. Down to Becker, Becker back up to Gannon, Gannon. His shot. Save, rebound, back to Rosemount. They're able to clear the zone. Thomas catches up to the puck, takes it back down his own goal line. They reset. It's a 5-on-4 for 140. Becker with speed. Right to the center of the ice. He's going to go logo, near side. Tap pass back to Thomas. Thomas. He's going to shoot. Glove side. Glove down by Rosemount, so we'll have another face-off to the Rosemount goaltender's right-hand side. 6:06 remaining in the contest. 1:26 remaining on the player advantage for your Eagan Wildcats. Eagan outshooting Rosemount 38-25. Bobel over to Umland. Umland back to Thomas. Thomas. That shot deflected. Becker tries to corral it and wrap it in, but Rosemount quick with their stick. They cycle it back around, picked up by Umland at the point. Umland to Vobel. Vobel over to Gannon. Gannon back out to Thomas. Thomas to Umland. Umland, his shot off of the goaltender's lid. Sails wide to Thomas. Thomas saucers it over to Umland. Umland at the top circle. He's going to throw it down low. Puck is loose as a battle, and Rosemount again comes up with it. Thomas skates down, collects it in his own zone, comes up near boards, passes to Umland, outside of Umland's reach, and Rosemont's coming the other way. Vobel has got a backtrack, gets it to Umland up at the far boards. Umland to Gannon, back to Becker. Becker tops it off to Thomas. Thomas over to Umland. Umland, his cross-ice pass to Becker. Becker's shot. It's a goal, finally! Lucas Becker brings us back within 3. Score 3-6, 5 minutes remaining in the contest. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. CJ, Nygaard, Pankratz on the ice for Eagan Wildcats alongside Thomas and Karsnia. Nygaard. He's tossing Fresky. Off the ice for, I don't know, no mouth guard, no neck guard, something. Now the puck goes to Nygaard. Nygaard back to Thomas. And a quick whistle. And that's another penalty against Rosemount. So players or coach talking about the referees or their moms, I think. Both these kids, both these teams, I think, are just getting amped up, and they need to remember that the Stripes have the authority. And 49 goes to the box for Rosemount. Eagan Wildcats go back on the power play. Becker, Vobel, Gannon, Thomas, Umland. Back out to Thomas at the left point, near side. He's going to take it right through the slot. Touch pass out to Vobel. Vobel back out to Thomas. Thomas collects it at the blue line, slides it over to Vobel. Vobel. Right back to Thomas. Thomas, he's looking for a shooting lane. Bounces out to Becker. Umland! So Logan Umland capitalizes. It's now 4-6, 4:37 remaining in the third period. Vobel, I'm sorry, Thomas's shot deflected. Picked up by Umland. Umland's shot from the top circle catches the Rosemount goaltender sliding over, finds the back of the net. We are back 5-on-5 hockey again. Becker, Vobel, Umland, Gannon, Palin. Puck goes wide to Gannon. Gannon on the far boards. He's going to nudge it up to Lucas Becker. Becker can't catch up to it. Rosemount passes it around their own net to the near boards. Puck is free. Picked up by Becker. Becker's quick shot, wide left. Logan Umland gets railed. Puck is collected down low by Palin and Becker before Umland blocks it to Vobel. Vobel. Goaltender does not have a stick. Eagan tosses it down low to Umland. Umland right through to Becker. Becker can't get a shot on net. And Rosemount, they're going to throw it down the length of the ice. Is that going to stop? They waves it off. So they waved off icing. Ben Palin, masterfully, he gets the puck up, looking for Becker at the center ice. Taken by Vobel. Vobel back to Becker. As Becker comes away with it, that's another penalty against Max Moss. So we had possession. Max Moss goes back to the bench for a hook. So he's at a 2 out of 10, 2 minors. I don't know what disqualifies you. I know it's 4 penalties. But he may not see the ice tomorrow. So Eagan Wildcats go back on the power play, 3:40 remaining in what has been a very eventful third period. Oberhammer, Saleda, Nygaard, Land, and Palin. So Max Moss has been removed from the contest. His penalty will be served by 22. Face off. Goes to Eagan, taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount up along the far boards. That hits their player, so we'll come back down into the Eagan offensive zone to the netminder's left-hand side. Oberhammer takes the face-off. Rosemount controls it back behind their own net. Rosemount tries to clear the zone, gets to Zach Land up top. Quick pass from Nygaard, or to Nygaard from Palin. Shot from Land. Pad save, wide left. Exit pass taken away by Eagan. That's a slash by Oberhammer. So now we'll go 4-on-4 as Oberhammer heads to the box. For Rosemount wants a 10 for Oberhammer asking a question. All right, so we got Becker, Gannon, Umland, Vobel on the ice. Face-off to Pogo's left-hand side. Becker takes the face-off. Gannon collects it, takes it on his own net. 3:09 remaining in the third period here in Eden Prairie. Becker comes up with speed. He's flanked by Vobel and Umland. Becker unassisted Goes 5-hole, brings us within 1. It is now 5-6 in the third period. And it's still 4-on-4 hockey. So Eagan Wildcats showing some fight here late in the third. Becker, Vobel, Umland, Gannon on the ice for Eagan Wildcats. All right, we're all settled up for the face-off. Becker lines up, gets it back into the Eagan defensive zone. Gannon has to retreat. Gannon collects it back down his own net. Back up to Becker. Becker to Gannon, off the boards. Gannon's got to chase it down. Gannon, turnover to Rosemount. Puck is loose. Eagan gets away with one there. Active 6 by Rosemount. Nice opportunity. Becker fans on it. Can't pass it up, looking for Umland. Taken away by Rosemount. Rosemount dances at the top side circle. Their pass, looking for the point, taken away by Umland. Umland up to Vobel. Vobel, he's going the distance. He comes up right, he goes left. He fans on it. Pad save by Rosemount. Rosemount tries to come the other way. They clip the puck at center ice. It's a 2-on-1. Umland does a great job. Gannon oversteps. That's a shot. Pad save by Pogo. 2:16 remaining in the game. Vobel comes up top side with it. Vobel makes a move, loses the puck in the far corner. He collects it. Drop pass, looking for somebody. Falls to Rosemount. Rosemount up to the center ice. They're going to dump it. Get a change. Nice stick by Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas up to Umland. You got Vobel, Umland, Becker. Gavin Thomas, saucer pass. Vobel to Becker. Becker back to Thomas. Thomas for the low slot. His shot. There's a rebound. It's right there. It sails wide left. Saleda on the ice. Picks up the puck. It's 5-on-5 hockey. Umland to Becker. Becker, a shot. Saved by Rosemount. 1:34 remaining in the game. So I'm lying. It's not 5-on-5. We don't have a goalie. Odin's still in the box for 23 seconds. As
we're shorthanded.
Yep. Now we're back to shorthanded. Goalie's back. Face off. Top side circle. So face off comes the way of Rosemount. Rosemount at the near boards. Rosemount, they've got a leaking attacker. Their entry pass taken away by Vobel. Vobel deflected right in front of Pogo. Dangerous pass. So Eagan back to full strength. That pocket was picked. Nice save by Pogo. Bounces near boards, picked up by Oberhammer. Eagan needs to clear the zone. Oberhammer comes up with it. Looking for a streaking Becker. He hits Umland, the far boards. Pogo's off the ice. Umland comes up. Umland, quick shot. The stick is loose. The stick is up in the air. Grabbed down by Thomas. Thomas' shot goes to the chest plate of one of the Rosemount forwards. Big hit near the boards. Rosemount with time. They're going to throw it down. That looks like it's going to go wide left. That'll be icing. Rosemount, 34 seconds remaining. As Eagan Wildcats are without a netminder, 6-on-5 in the Eagan offensive zone. Becker, Thomas, Gannon, Oberhammer, Umland, Vobel. Becker takes the face-off. Gets it over to Vobel, and then there it goes, wide left again, icing. So we'll come back and do it again. That only spent, 3 seconds off the clock. Same 6 on the ice. Eagan cannot let that happen again because third time's the charm. That's going on the net. Becker sails to Rosemount. Their shot goes off of Becker's chest pad. Glove down by Rosemount. Rosemount on the exit of the zone. There's Becker. Becker to Vobel. Vobel cross ice pass on Logan Umland. Umland, his shot wide right. Picked up by Vobel. It's loose. It's right for the net. Vobel's got it again. He can't find a clear shooting lane. 9 seconds remaining. Rosemount went to the hook. Puck is loose. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. We need a shot. Luke Becker tries to get a shot on that. Rosemount wins 6-5. You can't make this up. Eagan falls 5-6 here in Indian Prairie against Rosemount on the Saturday night matinee. So friendship game tomorrow. Opponent to be decided. It'll be late afternoon. So we'll see you tomorrow.